I'm life and business coach Samantha Sifring, and this is the Online Business Building Mamas podcast, where you learn how to build a wildly successful business from home while raising kids. Hey mamas, welcome to another episode of the podcast. So before I get into today's topic, I just want to tell you this is like the fourth or fifth time I have started this episode, and I kept starting it off just saying these really weird things and telling these strange stories that were not relevant at all, and then being like, what the heck, this is not relevant, so what am I even doing? And I wanted to just kind of pull back the curtain a little bit on that and let you know that this kind of stuff is totally normal. I know that you do these things and then you feel like embarrassed even with yourself, like alone in your house, and feel like, oh, this kind of stuff never happens to Samantha. And so I wanted to tell you, yeah, it totally does. We are all humans, and the humanness of you never goes away. You take it with you all the way to 100K, 500K, 750K. And I know I am taking this with me to millions. This awkwardness, this humanness, it comes all the way. And it's not a problem. I was just kind of laughing about it a little bit and was like, oh my gosh, I need to tell them that this is just a normal part of being a human and growing a business, and that you never hit this point where it's just like perfect and camera ready all the time. All right, let's get into today's episode. This one is something that I've noticed coming up for a lot of my clients, and I've noticed that it's been coming up a lot amongst coaches and like in the coaching industry. And I don't exclusively work with coaches. I actually have a lot of clients who are not coaches, graphic designers, web developers, bookkeepers, copywriters. I love all of you and more. VAs, OBMs, all of you. I am here for all of you. I love your businesses. There's such a demand for your kind of work right now. And so I want you to know, I see you. I am a coach for you too. So come get coached by me for sure in Mama to CEO and in my programs. But this is something that I think it impacts all of you. I have just heard a lot of coaches in particular talking about this concept. I feel like sometimes there will be like one coach who says something and then all of the coaches start talking about it. And this is for sure one of those things, but relevant to all businesses. So what I've noticed is that there are some teachers, and I would say that I am one of them, who uses the word compelling and who says that your copy, your offers, the stuff you put out there needs to be compelling. What I have noticed recently is that a lot of you are now using this word against yourself. I want you to think about this. How often have you had a thought about being compelling? Things like, I'm not compelling, my copy isn't compelling, my offers aren't compelling. How often have you had a thought like that and then used it to spiral out, compare and despair, avoid your business, distract yourself, scroll on social media, feel bad, all of those things? Probably a good majority of you. So here's what I want you to first think about, because these thoughts can feel like they are really purposeful and like they're really helpful. Like you almost feel like this is just a fact. Like I'm not compelling, it's just a fact. My copy isn't compelling, it's just a fact. My offers aren't compelling, it's just a fact. And we know it's a fact because no one's taking me up on them. Okay, this is not just a fact. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about how it feels when you tell yourselves things like this. How does it feel when you think, my copy isn't compelling? And then when you are feeling that way, What is that going to inspire you to do? Here's my guess. I think that it probably feels very frustrating and discouraging. And I think it then leads you to write less copy and make less offers. I think it leads you to try to learn more, consume more, scroll and compare yourself more. It does not lead you to actually get better at writing copy or making offers. And this is a very interesting little, strange problem. The word is not coming to me. It's not conundrum. What is the word I'm trying to think of? I feel like there's 50 of you shouting the word at me right now. Paradox? Is that it? I don't know. Whatever it is, you know what I'm talking about. And it's this strange thing where if you're telling yourself that your copy isn't compelling, you write less copy, and so you don't get better at copy. And when you're telling yourself that your copy is amazing and that you're a genius and that you are on fire right now, you write more copy and you get better at copy. So I want to really encourage you to be on to yourself when your brain is offering thoughts about your copy not being compelling, your offers not being compelling. The cycle that you get into when you think thoughts like that and you feel frustrated, you feel discouraged, and then you don't do more of whatever that thing is not going to help you improve. This is not a self-improvement thought. This is not a thought that's going to help you get better, okay? So now I'm going to talk about, if you are one of these people who's been saying this to yourself, what to do about it, how to actually be compelling, because it is something that you want to be. So first, this is a rule that I have with myself and all of my clients. When we use something against ourselves, like the word compelling, we need to get crystal clear on what we are talking about and define it. So let's talk about compelling and why it matters. So yes, we want to compel people into action. We want to inspire people to take action. We want to light a fire inside of them that's going to make them want to take action to hire us. That is literally the purpose of our marketing and making offers, right? Is to call people in, catch their attention, have them lured in to say yes to work with us. Yes, we want that to happen. That is why writing compelling copy and compelling offers matters. It's the whole point. If your marketing and offers didn't compel people to take action, there would be no point, right? Nothing would happen and you would just be writing stuff and sending it out into the world and nothing would ever change. And now that is happening to a lot of you, even though you're telling yourself that you need to be compelling. So now I want to give you some tips about that. Where does compelling copy and compelling offers come from? So it actually doesn't come from beating yourself up about being compelling. It doesn't come from researching or reading other people's offers. It doesn't come from learning about copy. It doesn't come from reading great copy. Compelling offers and copy come from your energy, the way that you are feeling. And to be compelling, to be inspiring and motivating to your ideal clients, you must be compelled. You have to be compelled. You have to be inspired to compel and inspire them. So the way that you do this is creating the feelings of compelled and inspired and on fire, all of those within yourself first. And this is why I have designed my Mama to CEO program the way that I have. So instead of giving you this like ginormous guidebook of how to write great copy, what I actually do is create prompts for you to tap into your own feelings of inspired and motivated and compelled. Like I could teach you copywriting tips all day, but they're not going to get you even half the results that you will get when you are lit up about your work, when you are on fire about your work, when you cannot keep your mouth shut about what you do, when you have this fire inside of you to go out there and help your people and spread this message, when you are just like crazed and fanatical about what you do and super compelled to get that message out to people, that will take you so much further than any copywriting tips. Seriously, I would rather you just like be lit up about your work and put the messiest copy out there from a place of feeling super inspired and super compelled, and then later down the road tidy up with the copy tips. This is totally how I did it. And I know a lot of you feel exhausted when you think about the way that I used to market my business. And sometimes I do too when I think about the actual things that I did. So there was a period of time in my business where I was running a free Facebook group. I since closed that Facebook group, and there's an episode about why I did that if you're curious. But I would write 3 to 5 value posts a day in that Facebook group. And I would often not write them same day. I would often sit down and batch like, I don't know, you guys, like 20, 50, who knows, a lot of these posts all at once. And people would hear this, and you're probably hearing this now, and you're like, what? How did you do that? And it feels like, you know, it had to have been like hustly and exhausting and super time consuming. But I'll tell you what actually was going on for me is that I would just get so lit up. I would feel like there was like a bonfire inside of me, and it was like this fountain of value just would not stop coming out of me. And I would write so many things. I would just have like an endless amount of ideas, so many different posts. I would feel really like playful and adventurous in my writing. So I was never using like a formula or a format or anything like that. Like I let myself play with making up words, with sentence structure being all over the place. I let go all of the rules of grammar, which I used to be a real stickler about. I just let myself play with the words and with the ideas. And it felt very fun. I felt very inspired and motivated. And it was really why I think that copy did so well, because I was just having fun with it. And I was lit up about what I do and who I help and how I help them. And even though it was kind of messy and there was typos like crazy, I would get so many clients, and I built so much momentum in my business during that period of time because of my energy. It came from my energy. And I know like when I was talking about it, you could probably hear that energy in my voice because I was just so in it. And so many of you are trying to like carefully follow some kind of formula to write copy and be compelling. And I really want to encourage all of you to just throw away everything that you think you need to do. Everything that you think is like the right way or how you should do it. And just let yourself get lit up and then unleashed on your audience and on the world with your message, with your energy, with your passion. Be compelled That is number one. And if this is something that you kind of struggle with, you have got to join me over in Mama to CEO. I told you earlier, I designed all of the marketing stuff in that program to really get you tapped into your fire and why people should work with you, how you can help them, why that work matters in the world, no matter if you are a coach, a consultant, a bookkeeper, copywriter, whatever you do. It does not matter. I will help you get lit up about it and then take that into the world. I will help you get deeply into your clients, your ideal client's brain so you can speak directly to them when you're in that lit up mode. I will teach you how to channel that energy into an offer that's going to get a yes. All of those things I teach you in that program. You get it on demand instantly. And then you get me coaching you and my team coaching you every day, every week to help you keep in that energy, keep tapping into that energy. We don't want you feeling frustrated and discouraged and resigned when you're trying to get out there and spread the message of what you do. We want you feeling really pumped. We want you feeling compelled, really inspired. And we will help you get into that mentality. So come over to Mama to CEO right now. I will see you inside. If you like this podcast, I want to invite you to coach with me over in my program, Mama to CEO. There's you, and there's the consistent income you want to make in your business. And I help you remove everything standing in between. It's lifetime access for mastering your marketing, sales, time, and everything else you need to have the business and life you really want. Whether it's making your first 1,000 or 100,000, I can help you do it. To join, go to mamatoceo.com, mamatoceo.com.